It's time for DEPO Quarantine Episode 3. This week's idioms are coming to you from DEPO Camp 2014.
What are you doing?
I'm pulling his leg. Toby, get the ball rolling.
Oh, hey, what's up? Hey. How are you? Good.
What happened?
She kicked the bucket.
Huh?
She kicked the bucket.
No. Toby, get off my back.
Okay, it is time for our interview with Stephanie from Chicago. She's here and ready to answer some of your questions. Welcome.
Hi. How are you?
Great. I'm excited to have you on this week's show because
I'm excited to be here.
you've been coming here so many times that I feel like it's been forever since you've been here, because for a while you were constantly coming and now it's like she's gone.
I know. I wish that I could come all the time, but I have a job and things to do, so we'll have to settle for Zooming.
At least we have the internet. I don't know what, if this would have happened when I was in school, I don't know what we would have done, because we didn't have all this internet and stuff. We had Sega and Nintendo, but that's pretty much it. So I don't know, but okay.
Yes, it is lucky that this happened when we can all video chat everybody all the time.
Okay, so I've got some questions for you. Are you ready?
I am ready. I have my babka mug that the interns got me when they visited me, and my tea, and I'm ready to go.
That's awesome. Okay, so
I love it.
First, what are some of your favorite camp memories?
My favorite camp memories. Let's see. Well, I think I've been to 4 camps total, 2 senior camps, 1 junior, and then a winter camp. So I'm gonna try and share something from each one. I took notes because I'm a babka and I forget easy. So the first time I came, I think one of my favorite memories was playing Death Hack. I totally forgot about it until I was thinking about it, but just going outside and playing games with you guys was super fun. Also, the very last night when Mishka and Polly let us stay up all night, and I taught you guys Big Booty. That is one of my crowning achievements. I also think a lot about this. So I stayed with Lucy and Vicky, and Lucy was great in translating like everything that Vicky would say, but eventually we figured out that I could understand Vicky in Slovak and respond to her in English. And I don't know how it worked, but I could understand it. So I always think about that and it makes me laugh. The second year, camp looked a little different than I think previous years. And I was so impressed and amazed by how flexible and adaptable you guys were. Whatever we had planned for the day, you guys were like totally in on it. So some of the things we did were laser tag, we did capture the kachka, and that like, I don't know, that like random field with like stuff and a dead barn and whatever. That was
Oh my
fun.
goodness,
And we had
that
pizza.
camp was insane. I totally forgot you were there for that one. It was literally insane. We were
It was like
everywhere.
wild. Every day was like different.
And the kids had a complete meltdown by Thursday because we were like met in the morning and went all day, all evening. And it was like, and we were traveling by train and by bus.
I know.
And
I loved it. I thought it was great. I thought that, I know that like I can't always understand everything that's going on, but like at least to me, you guys all looked like you were having a great time. And it was like
I think they all enjoyed it. I think we packed it too full. It was like, it was like over.
No, it was super fun. And like, I know like all the trains was like a lot of trains, but it was such a fun time to hang out and talk. I remember, I don't remember where we were coming back from, but I learned some Slovak tongue twisters. Let's see if I can remember them actually. Oh my gosh, this is going to be so bad. I think this is the Sleepy Dogs one. Pes, Spia? Is that what it is?
Uh-huh.
And then there's Sasho shoot. No, hang on. No, I can't do it. Sasho shusi osushku.
That's awesome.
Did I do okay? That sounds so bad. So bad.
Awesome.
And there was another one about like hot dogs and cold dogs. I don't remember it. But that's a fun memory that I have.
That's great.
And then I also have a video of Eva and Domka dancing and singing to this Pizza Pepsi Chino song, which I love. It's hilarious. And then for junior depo, I really remember the times that we were doing English class. We did so many fun games. We did like a Kachka Mad Lib every day where Kachka would go and learn to swim or go for a train ride or whatever, and that was super fun. And everybody always brought treats and snacks, which I loved. They're always so delicious. And then Winter Tábor, the last time I was in Slovakia, the second day, everybody was skiing, and Adam and Mima, I think is her name, and I went exploring, and we made a snowman. Which was super fun. His name was Jano. And then I also frequently think about, I think the last night, everybody was hanging out and I was being a babka and Pasti came and got me and we ended up staying up to like 2 a.m. talking, having deep chats, and that's a really special memory for me. And then above all of these memories and everything that I've ever done in Slovakia, my absolute favorite thing is langoš.
That's great.
It's so good, and I think about it all the time.
Well, and there was a langoš place across from camp, so you guys would go.
Yes,
get langoš.
that was good. Then, yes, and then for winter camp, when I was like meeting up with people after the camp, Dominic took me to this like little hut somewhere. It was like along a path.
Okay.
By an ice cream shop.
Okay.
Actually, another fun memory, which is not at any camp, just like when I was there hanging out, was oh my gosh, I can't remember her name. She worked at an ice cream shop. It's gonna drive me nuts. You can edit this out, right? Yeah, she came to camp. She was older. She's skinny, real skinny.
Worked at
black hair.
Ice
huh?
cream shop?
Adrika.
Oh, okay. I didn't know she worked at an ice cream shop.
I'm gonna say this again so you can edit it. in. Another one of my favorite memories, not during a camp, but just hanging out, was in the summer. I think it would be after junior depo when I would go hang out with all the seniors on leadership team. And Adrika worked at this little ice cream shop, and she let Dome come back and scoop some ice cream.
That's
And
true.
it was fun, and I got like a funny boomerang of him like almost spilling ice cream. It's great. So
That's
many
awesome.
memories.
That's
I can't
awesome.
pick this one.
No, that's great. I know you've been here, I mean, because you stayed after camps too, so you spent a lot of time here, in between camps, before, after. So we'll have to get you back soon, sometime soon.
Someday soon. Post-corona.
So,
Wait, we have a visitor.
oh, you have a visitor.
This is
Hello.
George. He says, hi. Okay, come here. You can see I'm wearing my junior camp shirt signed by
Yes.
everybody.
It's awesome. Love it.
Okay, I'm prepared for the next question. Maybe.
Okay.
Are we
So, since you have your cat, I'm going to go to a different question, okay?
Ooh,
Because
okay.
you have pets. So, if you could ask your pets 3 questions, what would they be?
3 questions. So I have 2 cats, George and Lucas. So they each get 1 question on their own, and then they get a question together. So for George, I think I would have to ask him. It's the have you seen The Notebook?
No.
Okay. There's a part in The Notebook where he goes, "What do you want?" And she's like, "I don't know." And he just is like, "What do you want?" And that's what I would ask George, because he's always walking up to me, meowing. His food is full. His litter box is clean. His water is fresh. What do you want? I don't know what you want. So that's what I would ask George. What do you want? I think he mostly just wants to sit with me. That's probably what he wants.
He's a cuddler.
Yes, he also likes me to be like on the bed. He doesn't like me to be doing other stuff. He just wants me to come sit on the bed.
Yes.
And then I think for Lucas, I would say, "Why are you running?" There's this really funny meme.
Okay.
This guy asking this lady, "Why are you running?" Because every time I walk into a room, he like runs away. And it's like, I don't understand why you're running.
Yeah.
I feed you, I pet you, like I'm nice to you. I'm not mean. Why are you running from me? And also he'll sleep with me at night, but like, so he needs to be like close to me, but the second I give him any attention, he runs away. So I'll send you the "Why are you running" meme.
Yeah.
And then, or you could just leave it in how I said it. The kids will get it. And then I think my third question would be less of a question and more of an explanation. I want them to be adventure cats. And so I would say, "Hey, how do you feel about me putting a collar on you and taking you for walks? Because I want to take you on hikes with me and get Instagram famous for my adventure cats."
You gotta get one of the backpacks I have for Keela, because you just stick them in the back.
That's true. Maybe one of them would ride and one of them would walk, because I can't carry both of them. George, he was put on a diet by the vet. He's a little overweight. And I'm also not having him diet because it's too complicated. But so George is a little fat, and Lucas, I think that Lucas would like to walk. Supposedly he was like a stray in the wild before the shelter I adopted him from got him. So I feel like he would be good outside. I don't know.
I was biking with Keela and saw this like younger couple walking their cat next to the little river, but they were like dragging it. So it was in a harness, and they were literally dragging it.
Oh my God.
I don't want to walk. I felt bad for the cat. Like, I don't know. It's a nice looking cat, but they're literally dragging it through the grass. I guess.
I feel like some cats like to be outside and go for walks, but a lot of them don't like the leash. Like, I don't know if you've ever watched videos of cats on the internet, but like anytime you like put like a sweater or like shoes or like a collar on them, they like fall over. So
you'll have to try it and then send us pictures and videos of how it goes.
I will. It's my plan.
Okay, now I have a very serious question. Who is your favorite Disney princess? This is a big deal. Disney princess.
I know it's a big deal, and I feel like it's hard
It can only be one.
because
You can't like. It's got to be
but
one.
I have two. Okay,
No.
all right. I feel like this is like one of those things I need to do a bracket for of all the Disney princesses. And I feel like it's hard because there's like so many different eras. Can I pick like one per era?
No, one.
Dang it.
That's it.
Yeah, because there's like the Cinderella era, which I feel like, and like Sleeping Beauty, like the early
Yeah,
Disney.
that's like the old.
And then there's like the Disney Renaissance. Something in these times of quarantine that I've been doing is I watch a lot of YouTube videos, and I found this guy who does like analyzes. I can't English. Analyzes Disney movies and has like broken down like movie scores and like the original Disney's versus like the remakes. It's been very interesting. So I've been actually doing a lot of Disneying lately. But like the Disney Renaissance, so like the Lion King, Hercules, ooh, Megara, oh no. Okay. It's like those are like my childhood, so those I really love. And like the new princesses I also really like. You know what? Pocahontas. That's it.
Okay.
I knew it. It wasn't my first choice.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Rapunzel, but as I'm thinking about the Disney movies that influenced me the most, the ones that I loved, I think Pocahontas is my winner. I feel like she's very level-headed. She has like a lot of like dreams though, and is like very ambitious. And yes, Pocahontas is my Disney princess winner.
Okay, good. I will have to go watch that movie now.
You've never seen Pocahontas?
No, because I thought it was looked boring when I was younger, so I've never seen it.
Boring.
I've never seen Mulan either. Pocahontas.
Oh my gosh, Mulan is incredible. Mulan is actually like a very close second. The other day I watched Mulan, and then I watched Cinderella, and then I watched the live 101 Dalmatians, and then I watched the animated 101 Dalmatians, all right in a row. It was like 6 hours of television. But Mulan is like a really good movie. I think it's very well done.
I'll have to watch them sometime. I'll get Keela to watch with me. Okay, next. If you could time travel, when would you go to?
Okay, so I have always said if I could time travel, I would have liked to have been born in like the 1930s, 20s, 30s.
Yeah.
Because I think that like the progress that we've made in like culture, society, technology is so wild. Like my grandma was born I think in 1932. And she was born in a time when like you didn't have you didn't have phones. If you wanted to make a phone call, you had to like walk to the corner store and put a nickel in and use a payphone to call another payphone?
Right.
Like who are you calling? And now I'm FaceTiming and you're recording it and you're in another country. Like it's so wild to me. So I think that just for the sake of watching things change, I would have wanted to be born then. My other close second would be like the 1600s or the 1700s, because I feel like people are living in castles. Okay. But they're not like, but they're also like, there are roads and like things are happening and like progress is also being, probably the 1700s. So it's like medieval, but like not
so much, right?
Not like the 1200s, which don't ask me what happened in the 1200s. I don't know. But people are still in castles in the 1700s, and that's cool to me.
That's awesome. Okay, next. What gives you hope during the coronavirus all over the world?
Yeah, this is definitely something that I've been thinking about a lot over the last couple of weeks. For those of you guys who don't know, my job is a nurse. I work as a nurse in an emergency room at a pretty large hospital in Chicago. And so I kind of have been seeing everything firsthand. And when everything first started happening, I had a ton of anxiety about it. And I don't really consider myself as somebody who's like a very anxious person. I think that everybody has their moments. But overall, I feel like I'm pretty adaptable and flexible and things. that stress me out, I kind of get control over. And something that I found very helpful lately, like the last couple of years, even pre-corona, is just kind of allowing myself to feel the feelings that I'm feeling, but not let them like overwhelm me. So not try and ignore my anxiety about stuff, but let myself experience my emotions. And then once I'm done experiencing those things, then it's like, okay, I can't live like this forever. What am I going to do? Right? So I have this anxiety. I let myself have it, but then I need to be thinking about the future and like reasons to have hope and be positive during this time. I have to consult my notes here. Oh, okay. So I had the anxiety. Things at work are crazy. We're getting like new protocols every day. Everything's always changing. Um, and but one of the positive things I think that a lot of people are seeing during this time is they have time now. They have time to wake up in the morning and make breakfast. They are eating meals with the people in their houses. You know, you're not going out all the time. You have time to clean your room, to reorganize things, to pick up that hobby, to try baking. And so one of the things I wanted to do more in 2020 is to read more. So I've been able to read. I've been reading books by different like spiritual authors, and I've been reading my Bible a lot more as well, which has been awesome. It's helped me to center myself in the morning every day before I start my day, to just be reminded of who God is and how much he loves me and how much he cares about what's going on in my life. And sorry. Something that I've been thinking a lot about is, you know, with all like the suffering and pain in the world, like how do I make sense of that? And something I like to think about is a flower. Like think of a beautiful flower, fully bloomed, right? It doesn't start out that way. It starts as a tiny seed in the ground, a little baby, and then it goes through all of these different stages. It's a tiny bud, it's just a little stem, it's not fully open, right? And in order to get from a little seed to that beautiful flower, it needs sunlight, it needs water. And so when it lives in your house, it looks a little different, but outside, a flower has no control over what's going on around it. It needs the rain, it needs the sun, and sometimes the rain comes in a little sprinkle, and sometimes the rain comes in a huge storm. Sometimes the sun peeks out through the clouds, and sometimes it's scorching for days on end. But the flower still, it still perseveres through those hard times. And I kind of like to think of my life and my relationship with God in that way. You know, there are going to be difficult things, but God ultimately cares about us being this like beautiful bloomed flower, right? That's what he wants us to get to. That's what he sees for us. And so he knows that we need some hard times, we need some sunlight, and just knowing that those things are going to come, but also that they're going to be good and they're going to ultimately produce something beautiful, wonderful, is something that helps me get through not only the coronavirus, but just anything in my life that I'm finding difficult or hard. It gives me hope that ultimately this thing that I'm going through is going to be for good, and that I'm not alone in going through the things that I'm going through. So that was a long answer, but short answer, my relationship with God is something that I've kind of been clinging to during this time to give me hope and joy when things seem kind of bleak.
Great. Well, thank you for sharing. And if any of you students have any other questions about anything that Steph has been talking about, I'm sure you can contact her. You guys all have her instant message and messenger information. So if you have more questions, you can write her and ask her. We have one more question left, okay? And it's actually from Emma, who is not in Slovakia with us, but she wrote it anyways. So she wants to know when we can all meet again, when you were coming back.
You know, I don't know. Hopefully sooner rather than later. I mean, with all this crazy coronavirus stuff, who knows how long it's going to be. But you know that Mishka is always plotting and planning, so you never know when I'll show up.
Great. So of course, you're always welcome to come anytime. We know that, it's always hard to foresee the future, just like camp.
Yeah.
We plan for camp and we don't know what's going to happen. But hopefully
Yeah.
you'll be able to come again sooner than later, of course, for more adventure.
Yeah.
We always have good adventures. But
Yeah.
thanks for all your ideas, thoughts, encouragement to all the students today. And stay safe, especially because you're working in the hospital. So I know that's not necessarily the safest place to be.
Yeah.
But stay safe and stay in touch with us, okay?
I will. It was good to answer some questions and reminisce about all the fun times I've had. And yeah, hopefully I can see you guys all again in person soon.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Last week we had an awesome DEPO Easter egg hunt, but don't worry if you missed, because next week on Friday the 24th we have another online event planned for you. We're going to be playing one of your favorite games, and let me tell you, the more people we have, it's going to be better. So make sure you invite friends, people from school, and we'll be playing your favorite game, Mafia. So next week, Friday 24th at 4 p.m. Well, that's all we have for you this week. We hope that you guys will have a great weekend. Make sure that you check back on Facebook and Instagram so you can find out more details about our Mafia event next week.